brought to you by Kellogg's. Kellogg's Cereals. The best to you each morning from Kellogg's of Battle Creek. Now let's all play What's My Line? And now, from New York, let's meet our What's My Line panel. First, the delightful star of stage and television, Miss Arlene Francis.
Thank you. And now, a young man who is everybody's good neighbor, but particularly with Jack Lemmon in the new picture, Good Neighbor Sam, Robert Q. Lewis.
To continue the good neighbor policy, it's my pleasure to present the syndicated columnist whose column appears here in New York in the Journal American and all over the country, Dorothy Kilgallen.
My good neighbor is on my left, our Random House publisher, Bennett, Cerf.
And here's our dauntless, debonair, slightly diabolic panel moderator, John Charles Daly.
That's slightly diabolic. It must be the August heat. Bob Lewis, nice to see you on the panel.
Thank you, John.
We have some interesting occupations to intrigue you, I trust, during the next half hour. We will also have a famous mystery guest before my friends on the panel a little bit later in the program, and we'll meet our first challenger after this. And now to meet our first challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? Billy Spencer. Right, Will? All right. Where are you from, Bill?
Sarasota, Florida.
Sarasota, Florida. Well, nice to have you up here. May I present our panel? Hello. Spencer, will you join me over here now, Bill? We'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. Panel, we can tell you that Billy Spencer is self-employed and he deals in a service, and we'll begin the general questioning with Arlene Francis.
Well, Master Spencer, do you have anything to do with the sports world at all?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a sport that is played out of doors?
Yes.
Does the sport have anything to do with bats and balls?
No.
1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Lewis.
Sarasota is no longer, if I recall, the winter home of Ringling Brothers. May I assume that you have nothing to do with the circus?
Yes.
Are you a participant in this sport? Oh, let me take it back. You provide a service, do you, to participants in this sport?
No, sir.
You do not.
Well, now, Bill, I would say that this, if you would agree, we will give him a qualified yes on the grounds that it's not inconceivable that one who subsequently might decide to become a participant could have had the benefit of some contact, shall we say, with Bill. Is that all right with you?
Okay.
Hi, John. Thank you.
What do you say?
Is this a team sport?
Well, there's teams involved.
There are teams involved. Are there... in baseball, you need a bat. In tennis, you need a racket. Do you need some kind of equipment other than a ball?
Yes, you need some.
Is a ball employed in this sport?
No.
That makes it 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Goodness. Would
Yes,
it be
you need
any...
that, too. Sorry, Dorothy.
The old Mae West line. Goodness has nothing to do with it. Mr. Spencer, is this sport anything that would be in the Olympics?
No, it's not in the Olympics.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Billy Spencer, Sarasota, of course, is on the Gulf. Is the sport in which you participate played in or near the water?
Yes, sir.
Is it a sport that takes place on the surface of the water?
Yes.
Do you wear any equipment on your feet to play this sport?
Yes.
Would the equipment be skis of any kind?
Yes.
Are you a water skier?
Yes.
Yes. I think we have to give it to you, Bennett. Actually, Billy is a rather remarkable water skier. Last year, at the age of 14, in Vichy, France, he won the World Water Skiing Championship.
I remember
A title which he can exercise this summer because he holds it for 2 years. And now what he does is, the reason I had to go into that involved answer for you, Bob, is that he instructs in water skiing, and somebody who does obtain proficiency.
What about, Billy, these boys, can you do this new stunt of skiing without skis on, just in your bare feet?
Yes, I can.
Does it tickle?
What?
No, it's not really as hard as it looks.
What?
It's not as hard as it looks.
Looks terribly hard to me.
Then it
better
would
with
be
your
very good
skis
at it
alone.
because he has such large feet. He doesn't really need skis, but then neither do I, Bill. Well, congratulations on achieving such heights at such a tender age, and may you go on winning great
Thank you.
new medals. All right, let's see what our next challenger does to you, or you do to our challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? Dan Walston, right, sir? All right. Mr. Walston, where are you from, sir?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Indianapolis, Indiana. Right. May I present our panel, Mr. Walston? And will you join me here, and we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. All right, panel. Mr. Walston is salaried and deals in a product, and we'll begin the general questioning with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Mr. Walston, could I use your product?
Yes.
Do you think it would be likely that I would?
Yes, I do.
Could I carry it about?
To a certain extent.
I mean, I could...
Well,
lift
there's no
it.
question but that you could carry it
Oh.
about, and I think under some circumstances we'd assume that you probably do.
It is sometimes then found on the person.
No, I don't think so.
Not in the normal
No.
sense.
1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Walston, is this product of yours alive, or has it ever been alive?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Is it a product that would be found in the home?
Yes.
Is it a useful product?
Very.
Should a home have this product?
Yes.
Speak as a salesman. Is the product something that one would either sit on or lie on?
No.
No. 3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Lewis.
Well, let me, is there any chance that this product might possibly be edible?
No.
No. That's 4 down and 6 to go. Miss Kilgallen?
Is it solid rather than liquid?
Yes, it is.
If I carried this around, would it be because I would find it useful in different places?
Yes, I think
It
this
could
is
be
true.
used in more than one room in the home?
Yes.
Well, I would say there are circumstances under which we would agree that you would find it useful to be able to perambulate with the product, and there is no reason why it could not be done.
May I assume that this has nothing to do with firearms of any kind?
Yes, you may assume that.
So glad. Does it have any moving parts or movable parts?
Yes.
Does it make any sort of sound?
At times.
Just, yes.
Well, like when it's turned on, does it make sound?
When it's turned on, does it make sound?
When it's working, when it's doing whatever it does.
I think on the basis of the question as it was originally asked, it's now 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Walston, if this product is in the home, would it usually be found in a certain particular part of the home?
No, I don't think so.
No. 6 down and 4 to go, Miss Francis.
You said it has moving parts. Is it made of metal?
Yes. The moving part is made of metal.
There is a moving part that is made of metal. Thank you very much.
Don't give them so
it's
much
no help at all. Would any of the parts be softer than metal?
Yes.
Is it anything that would be used in decorating the home to any extent?
I would agree that it's possible that it could have an element of decoration about it, but that certainly would not be the reason why you would have the product. So we'll give you a no. 7 down, 3 to go, Mr. Lewis. Yeah, Arlene, look out. That's the girl.
Is this a product that would be more used by the lady of the house than the gentleman of the house?
Mr. Walston, I don't know how brave a man you are, but I'm going to say no.
Oh, I got an idea. I got an idea.
Well, I tell you, we'll give you a half a no on it. You go ahead. It's one of those things we can't specifically answer. It is alleged that the distaff side have some interest in the product, but I know equally that the male of the species is equally interested.
Well, then, may I suggest that is this something I might readily hold in my hand?
Yes.
Is it possible that this... Wait a minute. We asked about turning it on and noise, and you said turning on. You got a no on that. I was thinking of an electric razor. I passed to Miss Dolly May over here.
All right, Miss Kilgallen.
Fine time you picked a pass.
I know.
You, John, if I may address the question to you, you and Mr. Walston agree that you associate this product more with the ladies than with the men.
Well, I would rather put it this way. I think tradition has it that the product is more identified with ladies, at least in its utilization, than with the men. I will not
ladies. Oh, good.
Yes.
Oh.
I wouldn't take the responsibility for making that statement.
I see. Would this have anything that would to do with what would come under the general classification of the upkeep of the home?
No. 8 down and 2 to go, Mr. Cerf.
I don't mean financial, John.
Oh, I know.
No.
Mr. Walston, is this product ever used by or for very little children?
Yes.
So, it could be used by or for very little children. Yes.
Could babies use it? Or could it be used, I don't mean the babies themselves using it, would it be used in connection with the care, feeding, and upkeep of children?
Very, very nicely done, Bennett. We would have to agree that there is a relationship here to the normal responsibilities of maintaining a baby, which would find some degree of utilization, I think, in the modern technology of our society. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Walton?
Does this product have any wheels on it?
No.
That makes it 9 down and 1 to go, Miss Francis.
Is there any electrical attachment to this product?
Yes.
What do you mean, oh?
Dorothy got a no, and she asked what happens when you turn it on.
In order to use it properly, should it be electrically connected?
Yes.
Is it used at some seasons of the year more than other seasons of the year?
I don't think
I thought of a vacuum cleaner, but that would have to be...
It might be, but I could never prove it. You've been skirting all around this for some time. How's a telephone suit you all?
Telephone?
Eh?
Carry them around? You think of walkie-talkies?
There are people whose homes are built on the basis of jacks in every room in the house. They
Quite
pick
right.
the phone up and they'll just jack it in every
Or
room that they go
cords.
into. Or long
So
cords.
you walk around when you talk?
I don't think babies should use them.
I thought
That's out.
I thought that heads of big publishing houses like Random House had long cords. You know, I can see Bennett now walking all around
Now,
the
we
office
just
saying,
yell
"Publish
out,
that,
hey,
don't."
author!
But actually, the thing I wanted to ask you, I should explain that Mr. Wilson's an engineer with Western Electric and at their manufacturing plant in India. It's in Indianapolis.
That's correct.
But what is the new development? That...
The push-button phone called Touch Tone, which is out at the World's Fair now.
I
hope
saw
that
it. It's
But-
marvelous.
But what is the principle here that you can actually get your number by
Yes,
pushing?
there's no more wheel to wind up. You just push the buttons. You hear an electrical tone fed back to the receiver.
I haven't wound a wheel in ages. What's the winding of
Well,
the wheel?
the dial.
Oh, dialing. I thought you meant winding.
The one winding.
You are betraying your age.
I've seen them in old movies.
Yeah. Dorothy's Christmas present from her good husband was one of those new telephones, the kind you just pick up. You know, clang, clang. You don't have to do it anymore. Nothing doesn't have a party line anymore either. Thanks, Mr. Walston. We had a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed your visit tonight. We'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here is a word from our sponsor. And now the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity, for which the panel is always blindfolded, as you know. Blindfold in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Will you enter Mystery Challenger and sign in, please? All right. As you know, panel, different form of questioning, one question at a time, moving clockwise, and we'll begin with Robert Q. Lewis.
Thank you, John. May I assume, mystery guest, that you are in the entertainment world?
Oui.
Miss Kilgallen?
Are you a movie actress?
Ah, mon cher, je t'aime passionnément de tout mon cœur. Comme une copine.
Can't hear a word you say.
Oui.
Oui, Mr. Cerf?
Do you ever sing for your supper?
Un peu.
What was that? A little in French? Is that on per?
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah. Miss Francie?
Have you appeared in the Broadway musical theater?
Ah, mon cher, je t'aime passionnément de tout mon cœur. Comme une petite enfant, c'est ma première mission.
Must be Baby Peggy.
Yes. Mr. Lewis?
I have a hunch. I'm going to go for it. Are you currently starring in one of the great musicals on Broadway? The greatest, I would say.
Très bien.
Yes.
May I guess?
Yes.
Is it Carol Channing?
Yeah. I must say, though, Miss Carroll, I think that all the description was very apt. I think that Howard Dolly is probably going to run until
Forever.
the records are all smashed and new
Oh,
things.
I don't know how you got it. I've spent 2 days getting my voice warmed up in that
What,
upper
and what about that French, too?
I had to learn the French.
Yes, yes,
On
Bob.
I
per,
tell you-
when you said on per,
Oh.
I spotted you. Only Carol Channing can say on per that way.
Oh, no. Bennett. You know Bennett's seen it. You've all seen it. Dorothy and Robert and Arlene, they all saw it, and I know you did. But if there may be some people out there, John, who didn't, and also in the homes, and if you didn't, I would like to ask, when you do come to our box office, would you just say that Carol sent you?
And if it helps, call me and let me know. It's the hardest ticket to get in New York City.
Do let me know what happened.
Yes, Robert.
John, I was privileged to watch Carol, to be in the audience on opening night, and I have never in all my days seen such warmth and affection between a star and an audience, nor have I seen as good and wonderful a show. This girl is marvelous.
You know that I heard you laughing. I did. I heard you.
It's not hard. Carol. Thank you very much for the busy life you have giving us some time on a Sunday night. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, John. I'm glad to see you all
Congratulations on that
again.
wonderful success.
Thank
you deserve
you.
it. You deserve
Bye-bye.
it. Bye-bye. Well, I must admit you've done very well so far tonight, panel. Congratulations. We'll have another contestant after this word from our alternate sponsor. And now, a final contestant. Will you enter and sign in, please? Walter White, Jr., right? Mr. White, would you tell us where you're from?
New York.
From New York. Well, then all these folks are familiar. May I present the panel, Mr. White? You join me over here, and we'll fill everybody in on as to what your line really is, except the panel. All right, panel, we can tell you that Mr. White is salaried and deals in a product, but I must admit there is a high connotation of service also involved, and we'll begin the general questioning with Bennett, Cerf.
Mr. White, this is not a question, but are you related to the famous writer, Walter White? Is that
No, I'm not.
You're not? I'm just curious. There is a product involved in your job, is that
Yes.
right? Is it a product that would be used by both men and women, Mr.
Yes.
White? Frequently?
Frequently.
Is it a useful product?
It is.
Is it a reasonably inexpensive product? Reasonably inexpensive.
Well, I would think you have to think of this in one or two terms of reference. It has been known to be quite an expensive product in the utilization of the glockenspiel with the Murgatroyd, but on the other hand, as an entity of and by itself, we would have to admit that it's not too expensive.
I see. In other words, it could be attached sometimes to an expensive product. Is that correct?
Well, it could be, in a manner of speaking. It's a very difficult area to be clear about.
So we let it alone?
Yeah, that'd be
Mr.
great.
White, could you purchase this product in an ordinary department store?
No.
No, that's one down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Is there about the product something that people should have if they have an intellectual curiosity?
No.
No, I don't think this is necessarily connected
It's fine for dumb bunnies like me, then.
Well, and I would bracket myself very gladly in the same group. Mr. Lewis?
May I employ my ESP, John? I don't know, it probably never works anyway, but I just have a funny feeling about the price connotation and the various... Would there be any religious connotation to your product?
No.
No. 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
You take your ESP.
Take your ESP.
With no ESP going for me at all, Mr. White, I would like to ask, could I lift this product?
Yes.
Is it smaller than a telephone booth?
Yes.
Can you lift a telephone bill?
I just dial them. Mr. White, if I had one of these things in my house, would it be on view when company came to call?
No.
That makes it 4 down, 6 to go. Mr. Cerf?
Is this product consumable, Mr. White?
No.
5 down and 5 to go. Actually, I'm going to throw the towel in because I think probably there's going to be some objection. You all didn't pay close attention when I said there was a product involved with a very high connotation of service. Actually, what Mr. White does at American Express is to make the credit cards. He prints the credit cards on plastic. Now, it's a different, you asked if it could be bought in a department store. Actually, you can't buy it anywhere, but we've tussled with this for some time and decided there still is a product involved, right?
Well, the cards are product.
The card is a product, even though you cannot buy it in a store. Well, that's good. I rather thought I was going to get my head caved in, Mr. White, and thank you for puzzling the panel. Nice to have you with us on What's My Line. Once again, it's nice to have had you with us, Mr. Robert Q. Lewis. Hope to see you again soon, and good night, Arlene Francis.
Thank you. Good night. Happy summer.
Thank you, darling. You too. Good night, Dorothy.
Good night, Bob. Come again
Thank
soon.
you.
Good night, Bennett.
John, look out for that sunburn. Good night.
Well, I guess so. I'm very pleased. I thought you'd all fight me tooth and nail on that
We're
business
so
of the...
numb
credit
from the
card.
whole experience, John. We have
We'd
any
never
fight
guessed
left in
it.
us. We wouldn't have guessed it.
It's been such a humid evening, John.
And they're such wonderful people to work with, and thank you all for being with us on What's My Line.
What's My Line is a CBS television network production in association with Mark Goodwill Cotton. Johnny Olson speaking. This program was recorded.